I never thought I'd be the one to tell this story. And I never saw myself as the kind of woman capable of doing something like this. But sometimes you don't realize what's missing from your life until someone else awakens it in you. Until someone else makes you feel things you had long convinced yourself didn't matter anymore. That's how I ended up here. Breathless, unsteady, with a man who wasn't my husband pressing against me. It's a lot. Please be gentle, I murmured, my voice unsteady because he was so much more than what I was used to. I didn't know if I could take it, but the second I felt him, I knew I wanted to try. The path that led me here began with my husband, Ethan. Good man. The kind of person women often dream of ending up with. Loyal, steady, always making me his priority. For a long time that was enough. We had a home, a life, something that felt whole. But slowly something changed. Our relationship settled into patterns. The spark dulled. Intimacy became mechanical. Repetitive movements, expected timing, a quiet resignation that neither of us wanted to acknowledge. We didn't talk about it. I just lived. I never imagined cheating. Never even allowed my thoughts to wander there. Until him. His name was Damien. He worked with Ethan. Confident, tall, and the kind of man who knew exactly how he affected others. I felt it from the first time we met. The way he looked at me a moment too long, how his tone softened slightly when he said my name, how he always stood just a little too near. Sometimes his fingers would skim my skin when Ethan wasn't watching. I told myself it meant nothing, that it was innocent, but deep down I liked it. And over time, the tension grew too thick to ignore. The stares, the casual touches, the sly grin he gave when I flushed. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't stop it. And then one night I didn't stop him either. Ethan was away on a work trip. 3 days. 3 nights. Damien messaged me on the first night. Drinks? I knew exactly what it meant. I knew what would happen if I agreed. But I didn't decline. An hour later he was at my doorstep. The moment he stepped inside I felt it. There was no going back. The air was heavy, charged with something reckless and unstoppable. Before I could even speak, the door was shut behind us and Damien had me pinned to it. His mouth crashing into mine. And I didn't resist. I let it happen. He kissed me like he'd been starving. Like he'd been waiting for this as long as I had. His grip was firm, his body blazing hot. By the time we made it to my bedroom, I was already shaking, already craving. But when he finally pressed up against me, when I felt just how different he was, I gasped. It was more. Thicker. I clung to him, my breath catching in my throat. Panic and excitement twisted together inside me. Damien, it's too much, I whispered. Please slow down. His lips brushed my ear as he smirked. Don't worry, sweetheart. I'll take my time. And he did. Afterward, I should have been filled with guilt. I should have felt ashamed. But instead, lying there, my body still trembling, my breathing uneven, I felt something else. Relief. Fulfillment. Like someone had finally seen me. Like someone had finally made me feel what I'd stopped hoping to feel. Damien's fingers lazily traced my thigh. His familiar smirk still lingering. You all right? He asked. I gave a breathless laugh. I don't think I can stand. He chuckled. I'll take that as a compliment. And the worst part. I knew that wouldn't be the only time. Because once I experienced that kind of pleasure, I didn't know how to live without it. The guilt didn't arrive right away. Took years. I tucked the memory away, convinced it had been a slip, a one-time lapse. Ethan never knew. Our marriage continued, steady as ever. Life moved forward. But at night, while Ethan slept peacefully beside me, I thought about it. About him. Every time Ethan touched me, I compared. Every time we made love, I felt the difference. Edge. And slowly, guilt started to settle in because I did love Ethan. I truly did. But I missed it. I wanted it again. Only this time I wanted it with Ethan. I played out the conversation in my head countless times. How do you ask your husband to change something so personal, so physical, without wounding his pride? One night, after a few glasses of wine, I finally found the courage. He was on the couch watching TV when I curled up beside him, my hand tracing lazy lines across his chest. "Baby," I murmured. He turned to me, kissed my forehead. "Yeah." I hesitated, heart pounding. I almost chickened out. But then I thought about going the rest of my life without that kind of pleasure, and I couldn't. Taking a breath, I whispered, "I think maybe we could explore ways to improve our sex life." Ethan's brows furrowed. His smile faded. "You're not happy." "I am. Don't you ever wonder what it would be like if we enhanced things a little?" His face fell. I saw the moment realization struck. "Are you saying I should get surgery?" I swallowed. "Not exactly. There are other options. Procedures that can help. Just a small enhancement." Silence. Thick and crushing. I reached for his hand. "Ethan, I love you. This isn't about being unhappy. I just think." He pulled his hand away. "So I'm not enough for you." My chest ached. I wanted to tell him he was. That I loved every part of him. But physically, I had experienced something more. And I wanted to feel that with him. After that, things were cold. He barely spoke to me for weeks. I thought I had ruined everything. Until one night he came home late. I was in bed already when he sat beside me. "I've been researching," he said softly. I blinked. "Researching what?" His eyes locked onto mine. "Serious. Enhancement options." My breath caught. "Ethan, you don't need to." "I want to," he said firmly. "If it'll make you happier, I'm willing to try." I could barely hold back the tears. I didn't deserve this man. His love. His patience. But I wasn't going to stop him. 'Cause deep down I wanted this too. The process took time. Appointments, discussions, doubts. But I was there for every moment. And when we finally made love again, it was different. He was different. And he knew how to use it. The first time he slid into me, I gasped, my nails digging into his back. "Go slow," I begged. His mouth grazed my ear. "This is what you asked for," he whispered. "So now, you're going to take it." And I did. Every inch. Every deep, consuming movement. By the end, I was trembling, unable to catch my breath. Ethan looked down at me, proud, confident, brushing lazy patterns over my stomach. "Well?" he asked, smirking. I couldn't even form a word. I just pulled him down into a kiss, because for the first time in years, I wasn't thinking about Damien. I wasn't comparing. And I knew, truly knew, I'd never need anyone else again.